There are lots of lessons we can learn from the gaming culture and community, but I think one of them that's interesting to me, especially lately, is this idea that there are different archetypes of players, and you'll notice them if you play any kind of multiplayer game, especially competitive multiplayer games. So there are, players known as the montage players, who basically sort of see the opportunity for the biggest possible plays and they go for them, but they get really bored in the downtime or the non-montage moments. So they'll often be trying to force these flashy plays, but in the process, they often get punished by, slow, methodical, consistent players who build and accrue small leads over time and just demolish them slowly. Whereas they want like the big bursts of progress. And you can kind of draw this analogy to personalities in life as well, where some people are very impatient and they don't want to wait for the, 8% a year growth of their portfolio, doubling every 7 years, where they'll be a millionaire in 20 years. Instead, they want it overnight, right? So they invest in Bitcoin or they buy the lottery, whatever it might be. There's another archetype sort of that's more ego based, where it's almost like, say, in a team game, they are not as interested in winning the game as they are in beating their singular opponent or winning at their individualized role, right? So if they do poorly themselves, but their team wins, they won't be happy. And if they do well themselves and they still lose, they might not be happy, but they're still like at least happy with their own performance. So that means something to them. And so in life, I think we can liken that to the archetype of, wanting, sort of being self-centered and wanting what happens to you to be the center of the universe, so that even if everything around you is going well, but there's one small bad thing specifically happening to you, it'll sort of sour everything else for you. And I think all of us have a little bit of each of these archetypes in us, and it's worth like noting and observing them so that we can work around them over time and figure out how we best perform and best function, knowing ourselves well. Then there's the sort of self-sacrificial team player who puts the needs of others ahead of their own, but in the process they might get frustrated or disappointed, that despite all of the efforts they're doing, it's like not working, and they're still losing or whatever might be happening. Now, teamwork is good, but not to the detriment of oneself to a high degree, right? Like, especially if done with, and I think this is analogous to sort of the nice guys in life, right? And nice guys aren't actually very nice. They just think they are. But also, if you are sort of setting yourself on fire to keep other people warm, you will naturally build resentment. And it's also just not that effective. It's much better to get, to grow significantly yourself, invest in yourself, and then help others when you have a genuine surplus. And when you have that genuine surplus, you're not going to get frustrated if helping others doesn't work because you have plenty to go around, right? You'll just move on, try something else. It's not a big deal. So if you're getting frustrated because what you're giving isn't working out, it means you don't have enough to give yet. So just wait, invest it, grow it, and then come back when it won't matter, the outcome. So yeah, what archetypes have you seen in life or gaming or both? And what parts of those do you think relate to yourself, and how can you integrate them over time so that you become a more effective, actualized human being?